Good morning. So I am wearing my Lotus t-shirt, and because today we're going to be practicing the power of the lotus, and the lotus is a sacred flower in many Asian traditions, yoga certainly one, Buddhism, Hinduism. All of these practices are because the lotus is a symbol of enlightenment. And the reason it is because the lotus, the seed of the lotus, is planted below the mud, or it falls below the mud. And then as it rises, it has to go through all of these different struggles to get up. It has to rise out of these murky waters. And when it does, and it opens up its bud, it's this beautiful, pristine flower, these gorgeous light pink or white lotus blossoms that you would never imagine had to come up out of the mud. So the mud, of course, in the murky water symbolizes the struggles we all have to, and the suffering that we endure to come to reach our goal. And that, like the lotus flower, we should never give up. So with that in mind, close your eyes, come inside. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Next time you fill your lungs with new life, with prana, take a moment to hold that breath, and then when you let it go slowly, slowly, very slow. The slower you go, the faster your body will come to a state of relaxation, a state of rest and digest, or relax and repair. Continue to breathe in this manner at your own pace. And perhaps when you breathe in, think about breathing in the courage, the stamina it takes to rise up above the mud, the murky waters. After your next exhale, return to your natural rhythm of breathing and open your eyes to let in the light. Bring your hands together in a prayer in Anjali Mudra. So we're going to start with the mudra of the lotus. So lift your prayer high, and then let your knuckles reach out. So the tips of your fingers and your thumbs and pinkies are close together. Just your knuckles are reaching out. And if it's comfortable for you, bring your forearms together, symbolizing the stem and the bud of the lotus. And then as you begin to reach your lotus up higher, and you'll keep your arms together until you can't, you will begin to open every finger except your pinky and your thumb. They stay together to create the lotus flower rising above the water. And then bring that prayer, that lotus, blossomed lotus down to your heart. The lotus also symbolizes purity of heart and courage. Release your arms, shake them out. Walk your hand over to the right, side body stretch on your left side. Inhale, and then exhale, place your left hand forward of your right knee. Your right hand comes into parallel. And you can slide your hands a little closer to your knee if that's more comfortable. You're going to inhale, nice long back. You're going to exhale, bend and bow. Inhale, straight arms, flat back. Exhale, bend and fold. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and pause, slide your fingers back to your knee, left hand on right knee, look over your right shoulder. Remember your long spine on the inhale and your twist when you have a little bit more space in your belly. Left hand comes on to right thigh and right arm moves all the way over to the left. Use your hand on your thigh for a little leverage to help you reach a little bit more. Bring both arms up to center. Send your arms back behind you, interlace your finger into Yoga Mudra, knuckles to the earth, baby back bend. Inhale, exhale, fold. Any amount. Inhale, unfold. Right. Release your arms. Other side. Side body stretch. Inhale, exhale your right hand forward of your left knee, parallel arms. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend and fold. Yeah. Inhale, straight arms. Exhale, bend and bow. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, pause, slide your fingers, twist to the left, looking over your shoulder. Feeling the twist in the middle of your body. Waking up your digestive system. Bring your right hand to your left thigh and reach for in the opposite direction. Use your hand on your thigh, perhaps to help you. It also encourages you to keep both hips on the mat. Bring both arms to center, arms behind you. This time you'll come on to the palms of your hands for a deeper back bend. Inhale, exhale, spring off your fingers, come over your legs any amount. On an inhale, unfold. Release your arms, release your legs, shake them out. Rotate them. Okay. Bring the soles of your feet together. Butterfly your legs. Hands to your shins. And let's do our little dolphin dive here. So nose comes down in between your legs. You come up, back into a cat spine. Exhaling. Inhaling as you rise above the water. Exhaling. And then the next time you're in your cat spine, pause and come up to a neutral spine. Extend your legs. Bring your right knee into your chest, hug it. Thank it. And then open it out to the side. Square your shoulders as if there were two legs straight out in front of you. Arms straight up. Inhale, exhale, engage your abs, fold over your extended leg. Any amount. Look up. Release your right arm, follow your fingers as they reach for the sky. Hand lands by your hip. Use your left arm as your propeller to come up on to your right shin, opening up your heart, that lotus heart. And then bring your hips back down to the mat. Lengthen your leg out in front of you. Place your right ankle on your left thigh. This time we're going to do something a little different, but you can still bend your left knee so that you get your right pigeon leg a little closer to you. What we're going to do today is bring your right arm in between the little window between your legs and bend at the elbow, right? And then do the same thing around your ankle. And then lift your leg again away from your left leg, stretch your left leg out, creating a little lotus flower as you rock your pigeon leg. Lotus and pigeons. All right, and then come to center. Place your right foot outside your left leg. Wrap your arm around your right leg. Look over your right shoulder. Lift your right arm alongside your right ear. Inhale, exhale, counter twist. Step your right leg away from your left leg, making sure you roll over onto the outside edge of your left leg, so that when you use your right leg as a propeller, you can lift your hips. You'll come onto the outside edge of your left foot for a supported side plank. And bring it down. Extend both legs. Bring your left left, right, left. Okay, left knee into your chest. Open it out to the side. Square your shoulders, lift your arms. Inhale, exhale, fold. Release your left arm, follow your fingers. Allow your hand to land by your left hip. Use your right arm as your propeller. Come up onto your left shin. Open up your heart, your lotus heart. And then bring everything down. All right. So place your ankle on your thigh, left ankle on right thigh. Bring your leg closer and create your little lotus flower by sending your arm between your legs and around your ankle, lifting your leg away, extending your right leg to create a lotus, and rock it from side to side to open your hips. Come to center, place your left foot outside your right. I know your arms are a little trapped in there, so you have to go slowly. And wrap your right arm around your leg to look over your left shoulder. Left arm up alongside left ear, counter twist. Step your left leg away from your right. Notice you're on the outside edge of your right leg, and you're going to use your free arm and the strength of your right arm to lift you into supported side plank. And bring it down. Right. Check out your legs. And let's come onto hands and knees. So when you get into your table, Baddha, you will begin some cats and dogs here. So on an inhale, curl your spine towards the mat. Heart is moving a little bit forward between your arms. Exhale, arch your spine to the sky for the Halloween cat. And continue at your own pace, paying attention to the shape of your spine, how your body behaves, how it stretches, how it becomes more flexible, how your spine opens up. Next time you're in your cat spine, pause. Send your hips to your heels. Lengthen your arms out in front of you. Bring your heels, your hips to your heels. Look between your hands. Lift your hips, bring them forward. Your heart between your arms this time. Step your hands back a little bit to make sure that they're under your shoulders. Then press into the top of your feet. Lift your knees away from the mat for an upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukashvanasana. Bring your knees to the mat. Send your hips to your heels. Inhale, come to your table and then come up to stand on your knees. I'm going to go this way so I can see you. So where the monitor is. Okay. Step your right foot forward. Walk it away. Inhale, slide your hips forward, bring your arms up to the sky. Exhale, straighten your legs and bow over your legs. Use blocks if you wish to. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Bring both your hands down to the mat outside each leg. And then heel toe your right foot all the way over to the left. Place your right knee onto the mat. Slide your left leg back behind you to come in to a pigeon. So in your pigeon, yeah, you're gonna bring your forearms down to the mat in front of you, even off your hips if they're a little lopsided by putting a block or a blanket underneath your right hip. And come down to a reclining pigeon. Any way you wish, your hands creating a pillow under your forehead to the mat, your arms straight out overhead, whatever works best for you, your forearms on the mat. Look up, slide your hands under your shoulders, roll over onto your right hip, swing your left leg all the way around and step on it, right? And then place both feet flat on the mat. Bring your hands under your thighs. Right. And place your toes on the mat. When you do that, your torso is going to naturally slide back just a little bit. Try to keep it as erect as possible. Right. Lift one leg, bring it down. Lift the other leg, bring it down. And then start to go back and forth with your legs. Getting your knees nice and comfy and open. And then bring both toes back to the mat. And this time you're going to bring both legs up. You can keep them at a right angle, or you can straighten them. That's your choice. Maybe you'll release your arms, or maybe not. Bend your knees, bring your hands, bring your arms back down, bring everything back down, come to seated with your soles of your feet together, just for a moment to take a breath. You're gonna step on your right foot, step on your left foot, but open your legs out to the side. You're going to thread your arms underneath your shins, bring your feet a little closer to you and come up into that Navasana, that boat pose with your arms under your shins. Open your feet a little bit more to create the lotus flower. bring your feet down to the mat. This time, maybe you want to send your arms a little bit longer so that your feet are closer to your elbow, your legs are closer to your elbow, and come up again. Of course, that did not work for me. I'm still the same way we were before. Okay, I'm going to try it this way. All right. That's cheating. So you can cheat if you like. And just come back down. Inhale. Exhale, fold over your legs any amount. And come back up to sit. So there is a pose we can do seated. I'll turn around this one so you can see me better, but we're not going to do the full lotus today. It's really a bit hard on your knees, but just to show it to you so that you see, we're going to do it standing later, but I want you to get a feel for it. So put your feet together, right? And then bring your right leg in and bring it as high up to your hip creaser as possible. So this would be a half lotus pose. A full lotus pose would be lifting your other leg and bringing both feet on top of your thighs. It's, again, hard on your knees. It's a little difficult to hold. This is a seated lotus. You are welcome to try it with me. Yeah? Or not. Okay. But later we'll do it standing. So we'll do the other side in case I see some of you are working toward it. So you're bringing your foot as high up, left foot this time, on your thigh as possible, leaning forward, taking your right foot to make this little lotus flower thing, or not. No, huh? Okay, forget it. All right. Okay, so later standing, we're going to do a half lotus, but I wanted you to get the feel for it and to see what the lotus using your legs in this fashion would look like. All right. Extend your legs and shake them out. Oops. Dandasana. Inhale, bend your knees. Lift your arms. Inhale, exhale, come forward with a flat back until you come toward your thighs, and maybe you can't keep it flat anymore. Inhale, exhale, then curl your spine a bit and take hold of the outside of your feet or your ankles, and then straighten your legs to come in to the Western stretch, Paschimottanasana. Look up, inhale your arms alongside your ears and come to sit all the way up, nice and long and tall. Bring your arms down by your side, bring your feet up, send your knees to one direction or the other as we make our way up to stand. All right. Okay. And you know the drill. Come to your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Right? And breathe, just breathe. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra in front of you. Create the lotus bud with your arms and hands, your knuckles coming out to the side. And as you lift your arms overhead, you open up the lotus flower, allowing it to come up overhead. You'll be separating your arms, but your hands stay together in your lotus flower. Bend your elbows, bring the flower to the top of your head. If you wish to come into Yoga Mudra, to Anjali Mudra here, you can do that or stay in your lotus. Inhale, and then on an exhale, open up your heart, back bend. Come forward, lift your arms all the way up. You can stay in your lotus bud or Anjali Mudra. Inhale, exhale to the right. Inhale, center, exhale to the left. Inhale, center, open that lotus, bring it down to your heart. Release your arms. All right. Inhale, fly out. Exhale, fly over your legs. Inhale, come halfway to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale your right leg all the way back to a low lunge. Your back leg nice and long, your front knee over your ankle, all 10 toes pointing forward. Bring your left hand to your left thigh. Inhale, and on an exhale, twist your belly button towards your thigh and then extend your arm. Maybe you'll look up at your hand, maybe not. Bring your hand back down to the mat. Step in to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Come forward to plank. And we're going to do our side plank here, and you have the option of doing the same side plank that we did earlier, or you can swivel your feet and open up to a side plank. Look up at your hand. Bring your hand back down to the mat, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, coming back to a low lunge. You're going to heel toe your right foot over to the left. Bring your right knee down to the mat, your left knee down to the mat. Slide your left leg back behind you for pigeon pose. Come to a reclining pigeon. Bring your proud pigeon on straight arms, that pigeon breast, proud and forward, your tail streaming behind you. You're going to bend your left knee. Bring your weight to your right hand. Reach back for your foot. You don't have to take hold of it, just reach back. And maybe you'll release your right hand, coming into Eka Pada Kapotasana. Eka is one hand, 2 foot. Pigeon. Release your leg. roll over onto your right hip, swing your left leg around and step on it. Step on your right foot. We're going to do our boat pose first, Navasana. Start with your hands behind your thighs, and maybe you'll stay at that right angle and lengthen, release your arms. Maybe you'll straighten your legs. Then bring your feet down to the mat. Open your feet out a little bit more, your knees out to the side. Thread your arms underneath your shins to come into the lotus flower as you lift your whole body, sliding it back a little. Right. Release your legs. Place your right leg in front of your left leg. Place your hands in front of your right leg. Lift your hips. Send your back leg back. Send your other leg back. Downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here in your dog. Step your right leg between your hands. Step your left leg between your hands, Uttanasana. Fly out and up. And this time, when your arms are overhead, pause, look up, create the lotus flower, and bring it down to your heart. Release your arms. All right. Okay. Everybody's still standing. That's a good sign. All right. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Left leg goes back, all the way back, as far as you can get it, nice and long. Place your left hand flat on the mat, your right hand on your right thigh. Twist belly button to thigh, and then extend your arm, look up at your hand. Don't let your left leg draw you back down. Keep it long and straight. Bring your hand back down to the mat, downward facing dog. Now this time, if you wish to come directly to pigeon, you may do so. Otherwise, you're going to step your left foot forward and take a moment to come back into a low lunge. You're going to bring your right knee to the mat, heel toe your left foot to the right. Place your left foot, knee on the mat. Lengthen your right leg, arms in front of your shin. Reclining pigeon. Come up onto straight arms. Right. Bend your right knee. Send your right arm back. You may grab hold of your foot or not. You may decide to release your left hand or not. Yeah. Ekapada Kapotasana. release. Take a moment. Take a moment. Straight arms, proud pigeon. Roll over onto your left hip. Swing your right leg all around. Step on your left foot. Come onto your toes. Come to your variation of Navasana. Good, then bring it down. Place your feet on the mat, open your knees out to the side. Walk your feet a little bit away from each other so you have room to thread your arms under your shins. Walk your feet back and come up into your lotus flower. Good. I saw that, Frank. Okay, good. I do that all the time. And release it. This time, left leg in front of right. Bring your arms in front of you. Lift your hips. You're onto your shins. Send your right leg back, your left leg back, downward facing dog. Step your left leg forward, your right leg forward, Uttanasana. Fly out and up, and bring your hands in lotus to your heart. And release your arms. All right. Okay. So we're going to do the rest of our class down on, oh no. Oh, I'm rushing here. So we're going to do, as I promised earlier, a standing half lotus. That's Ardha Padmasana. Padma is the lotus flower. So you're going to shift your weight to your left foot. Come on the ball of your right foot. Cross your right foot over your left. Lift your right leg. Take your right foot. Whoops. Oh my. All right. Let's do that with bent knees. Bring your right leg up and as far up to your thigh as possible for half lotus. And release. All right, let's do the other side. So start with bent knees, both bent knees. Cross your right over your left over your right, lift it, bend down, take your foot and bring it up and fall out of it. All right. And when you fall out of it, you try it again. Woo! All right, that's. Go ahead, try it again. Bend your knees, Beth, bend both knees. And reach down for your foot. And then slowly, there you go, slowly come up to stand. Great. Frank, that was beautiful. That was a dancing lotus. That was beautiful. Okay. Okay, we're going to do the rest of our lotus practice on our back. So come down on to the mat. And come all the way down onto your back. And when you get there, place your feet on the mat. Okay. You're going to cross your right ankle over your left thigh. You're going to bring your left leg into your chest, bringing your right leg along with it. And this time you're going to thread your right arm in between that little window you created with your legs, like we did when we were seated, and your left arm, your left ankle rests in your right ankle rests in your left, what is that, elbow. All right. Bring your left foot to the mat to create this reclining lotus. Release everything. And we'll do that on the other side, bringing your left ankle to your right thigh, bringing your right leg into your chest, carrying your left, threading your left arm through that window, bending at the elbow, wrapping your right arm around your left ankle, and placing your right foot back on the mat to create your lotus. This is also allowing you to stretch your hip muscles a little bit more by bringing your leg a little closer to you. You may be up here, but you have the leverage of your forearms to bring your leg a little closer. Do not force anything. And then release. All right. Send your arms into a cactus shape. Open your knees out to the side, bringing the soles of your feet together to come into Reclining Goddess. Going to lift your legs, lift your head and arms, and this time bring your cactus shape to the front to create a lotus. Your forearms coming toward your legs to create a lotus flower. You can separate your feet a little bit to create that lotus. And bring it all down. Right. Open your legs, knees out to the side once again, feet together. Come back to your Reclining Goddess. You're going to inhale, you're going to exhale, close the book, leg on top of leg, arm on top of leg, over to whichever side you prefer. Inhale to center, exhale, other side. Inhale, exhale, you're massaging your whole back. Inhale, exhale. Keep it going at your own pace. And then the next time you are in the middle in your Reclining Goddess, pause. Bring your feet to the mat, bring your arms straight out to the sides. You're going to thread your right foot behind your left foot and bring your right knee down to the mat. You're going to reach with your left hand for your right foot. Maybe you can make the connection, maybe not, but you're still reaching for your foot. You're going to keep your left knee pointing to the ceiling. You're going to bring your right arm alongside your right ear. You're going to lift your left hip and stretch. Push your foot into the mat, keeping your knee pointing to the ceiling, and a big body stretch, full body stretch. And if you do have your, if you are holding your foot, you can bring that leg a little closer to you and feel the stretch in your quadriceps, your thigh muscles, front thigh muscles. Bring your hip back down, release, uncross, and we'll do the other side. You're threading left leg, left foot behind right foot, bringing your left knee to the mat, reaching for your left foot with your right arm, bringing your left arm overhead. Push into the mat with your foot, lift your hip, full body stretch. See if you can bring your left foot a little closer to you to stretch your front thigh muscles, your quadriceps. And bring everything down and release. Uncross, untangle. Okay. Arms straight out to the side once again. Only this time, your feet are on the mat. This time you're going to send your knees to the left and your gaze to the right for a gentle spinal twist. Bring your knees through center over to the other side, your gaze to the other side. Bring your knees to center. Let your arms come alongside your body. If you have a block or a blanket nearby, you might want to use it. And place it under your sacrum, pushing your feet into the mat, lifting your hips, slide it under, and then come to legs up against the invisible wall. Do whatever you like with your arms. It might feel good to stretch them overhead, out to the side, or just let them rest alongside your body. Bring your feet to the mat. Lift your hips if you have a prop underneath your hips and come into Shavasana. So when you have your arms alongside your bodies and you rotate your arms so that your fingers are pointing upward, make that curl of your fingers very purposeful as you are creating lotus blossoms with your hands, as if you are floating on the water alongside these beautiful lotus blossoms. As you breathe, think about the pureness of the flower, representing the purity of heart, representing courage. Take a deep breath and let it go. Roll your head from side to side. Make gentle movements with your hands and feet. Send your arms overhead, your feet in the opposite direction for a full body stretch. Big yawn. Then bring your knees into your chest, hug them, and roll from side to side. If hugging around your shins is not comfortable, then wrap your arms around your thighs and roll from side to side. Come to center and roll over onto whichever side you prefer to come into a fetal position. And then make your way up to sit. When you get there, bring your lotus bud to your heart. Knuckles to the sides. Good. Deep inhale, and on an exhale with the sounding of Om together, you will open up your lotus flower. So take a breath in. Oh. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice. If you are staying for meditation, please make yourself comfortable. Maybe you prefer to go sit in a chair with your feet firmly on the ground. Otherwise, your hips are what's connected to the earth and grounding you. Perhaps you'll rest the back of your hand on your thighs to have your hands cupped into a lotus shape. If that's very uncomfortable for you, then place your palms back down on your thighs. And follow your breath with your eyes closed. Just follow your natural breath. Knowing you can come back to this breath at any time during this meditation. When you get distracted. Take a deep breath this time and let it go. And then you'll return to your natural breath just to slow your body down a little bit more. And allow yourself to imagine the seed of the lotus flower planted deeply in the mud, the bottom of a pond. And think about that little seed struggling through the mud, unsure of its journey, but it keeps moving upward. See it in your mind. Feel it as if you were making the same journey. We are all dealing with difficult times. And as this little shoot from the seed makes its way up, barely out of the mud, it still feels entangled in what is around it. The algae, the other predators around it, wanting to keep it from growing. But you are undeterred and you say to yourself, I am strong. I am powerful. I am fearless. and continue that journey upward. With every obstacle, with every disappointment, with every failure, you may wish to stop the process. I am strong. I am powerful. I am fearless. You continue your journey upward. It's slow, but you can perhaps begin to see that there is some light. But as you see the light, you become afraid. Fear fills your heart, and you know that you need to keep moving forward. What shall I do with this fear, with this grief, with this discomfort? And you ask that fear, why are you here? Why are you holding me back? Tell me what you wish me to do. And your fear answers, I am here to make you stronger. I am here to let you know you must keep going no matter what. I am here so that you will believe in yourself. I am powerful. I am fearless. As the lotus bud begins to stream up above the water, and as this bud rises, the sun brings illumination. And it rises, and lily pads come around it as if to protect it, as if to welcome it, as if to become its cloak. As the petals, these beautiful, pure pink petals, open one at a time to drink in the light, to drink the illumination from the sun. I am powerful. I am filled with the knowledge, with the illumination that comes from the light. I am empowered. I open myself up. I invite creatures to drink my nectar. I am part of this beautiful earth. Drinking in that illumination. And as the sun begins to set, hiding its face behind the horizon, you're faced with fear again. But you know already that that fear cannot stop you. So you close your petals bringing your lotus head into a state of meditation, into a state of introspection, into a state of well-being, of being protected. And when the sun rises up again, your blossoms will open again, welcoming the light, feeling your bravery, your power, your strength, your purity, your courageous heart every day, every single day. Bring your hands to your heart and create the lotus bud with your fingers, with your knuckles. Bow your head. And as you lift your head and begin to open your eyes to let in the light, you will open up the petals of the lotus flower, the flower of enlightenment. Thank you all so much for being me today on our little journey.